All right, I'd like to welcome everyone to this meeting. I confirm that we do have quorum. I would like to respectfully acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe under the terms of the Robertson-Huron Treaty, number 61 of 1850, and the Williams Treaties of 1923. We commit to acknowledge, learn, educate, create opportunity, honor sacred spaces, and take actions towards real truth and reconciliation in support of our commitment to walking the path together in respect, peace, and harmony for future generations. And with that, we have a motion right here. Moved by Councillor Armour, seconded by Councillor Schumacher. Be it resolved that the Licensing Committee meeting agenda dated Tuesday, July 26, 2022 be adopted as printed and circulated. All in favor? And that's carried. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest? I see none. The minutes from our last meeting, they are attached for information, presumably on the website. Anyways, they are available for, Chris, can you tell me where the minutes are for public if they wish to see the minutes of the last meeting?
The minutes are available on our website, yes.
Wonderful, thank you very much. All right. I would like to welcome everyone to the meeting to consider applications to the short-term rental accommodations under the short-term rental accommodation bylaw. The input received by applicants and staff is important in order for the committee to make sound planning decisions. Sorry, licensing decisions. I'm used to the planning committee. The procedure to be followed in this meeting will be as follows. A brief explanation of the application and any correspondence received to date will be given by staff. The applicant or their representative will be asked to provide any additional comments without repeating the information already outlined by staff. Please note that presentations are limited to 10 minutes. Once the presentations are concluded, the input received may be considered by the committee in closed session prior to making a decision on the appeal. The decision of the committee and brief reasons for the decision will then be presented and voted on in public. License appeal decisions of the committee are final and will be provided to the applicant and made public after the meeting. And we only have one application before us, and that's at 261 Otter Lake Road. And I believe Chris Nagy is going to speak to that.
Thank you, Chair Stone. So yeah, I'll do a briefing on the report in front of you today. So staff chose to execute their right to revoke the license at 261 Otter Lake Road. This is in response to 3 accumulated strikes occurring at the property due to non-compliance. The first being a open air burn violation on June 17th, the second being an over occupancy on July 8th. This resulted in a letter issued July 13th that notes the violations as well as the license being revoked. I would like to note to committee that there has been 3 letters of support to have this license revoked, and they will be part of the minutes. And further that we have received an appeal from the owners about the over occupancy AMP penalty. However, it has not been presented to our hearing officer as of yet, just due to timing. With that, I'll stay here for any comments or questions.
Wonderful, thanks very much. I will ask the applicant or their representative to make any comments about this.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi there. Hi, Mr. Stone. Yeah. My name is Paul. Yeah. Nice to see everyone here. So I got what Chris said just now. I know there has been 2 violations, but 3 strikes because of the second violation. It equals 2 strikes. yeah, so I just want to go through this meeting, to talk about my stand, and the appeal process, how that works. I'm not sure how it works, but let me know like when I could speak about the matter. Thank you.
Well, now is the time
Now it's
for
time,
you
okay.
to give us all the information you might have.
Okay. Okay. So let's talk about the first one, right? The first one, for the open air one, I think, for that violation, I think I have no stand on that one. I mean, when someone burns something, before 6 o'clock, and someone the officer is there, okay, I get that. I think I will accept that violation. But for the second one, right? For the second one, like I did talk to the renter, when I got the call, from Ingrid on Friday, that the day when it was like Rogers network down that day. I was only able to get the call at night at about 8 p.m. the voicemail from her, and then right away, right, I called my property manager. His name is Brandon. So he went over there, and it was like dark, quiet. So he didn't want to ring the bell because it's so late anyway. So then there was no indication of over occupancy. That's what he said, right? But then I told him, right, the next day, you should go back, right, because we need to take action, right, on this. And then second day I follow up, and then and then I think later in the day, I think around 4:30 something, he went by again. He didn't call me, right? He didn't call me, right? If he called me, then I would ask him to ring the bell. And then what happened is that after 4:30, when he goes back home, and then he messaged me. He said, "Okay, I also went by there. There was no sign of over occupancy as well." And then he went back home. Um, and also because because of the Rogers network down on Friday, like I don't have enough I don't have enough information on my side to confirm that there was actual over occupancy issue, right? If someone talked to me, let's say, if the officer, right, called me that day, right, that they see like actually like 12 adults or something, right, in there, I would for sure kick them out for sure, right? Like, but that voicemail from Ingrid was like, she just said there was over occupancy issue, right? I wasn't clear what's going on. It wasn't informative enough for myself to take action based on that voicemail. And then yeah, and then after a couple of days, right, when I received the violation, the actual violation email from Ingrid, then then Brandon and I we actually talked to the renter, and the renter said, so I do have the chat history, but I can tell you what she said. She said that we have 8 adults and 4 kids in diapers. So 1 infant, but the other 3, they are like around age 2 to 3 years old, but they are still in diapers. So because in that case, then, right, it shouldn't be considered as a over occupancy because from what I know, right, based on my conversation with Corey the other day, like kids in diapers should not be considered be putting like any pressure on the septic tank, right? So that's why. And then I also asked my renter to send me picture as well, and I do have pictures and her permission as well to present to the committee here as well. Yeah, so I'm asking that the committee could, if you guys could based on what happened here, and then my conversation with renter and the pictures to basically cancel the second violation. That's my ask. Yeah.
All
Thank
right, thank you very much. Crystal, did you have something to add?
No, I just heard that the applicant may have had some photos, and I just wanted to caution that it is a live meeting and we shouldn't be showing pictures of individuals. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Committee members or staff, any comments or questions? Councillor Armour.
Thank you, Chair Stone. I'm just curious, Mr. Yang, when the Ingrid notified you of over occupancy, whether it was adults or children, that your property manager wouldn't actually go in and ensure that you only had 8 people there, because that's one way of ensuring that you're not going to use a strike against you. Just by doing a drive-by does not meet that requirement.
Yeah, I understand your concern as well, and also that's also my my thinking as well. Same as you, like I don't agree what the property manager did. He should have just even on that night 10 o'clock, he should have just ring the bell at that night, but he didn't choose to do he didn't choose to do that. So that's why if I could get my license back, I'm going to change my property manager. That's my action plan. To satisfy the committee if that's a condition, because I think that my manager he did not do a good job for me, because I hire a property manager just to avoid these issues, right? And he did not perform the duty that I asked him to do. So yeah.
All right, thanks very much. Councilor Schumacher.
Thank you. Through you, Chair Stone. Actually, this one's to Chris. So I'm just trying to go by the, what is it, Schedule D? And number 8 is person renter allowed over occupancy category 2, but associated 1 strike. But this one is a category 1, is that correct, with 2 strikes? So which one does it fall under?
Thank you, through you to Councillor Schumacher. So it would be contravention of over occupancy. So it was a category 1 that we had addressed at 2 strikes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so operating short-term in contravention.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you for that.
All right. I see no other questions from committee.
I have one, Chair Stone.
Sure, Councilor Armour.
Thank you. I'm just curious, Mr. Yang, do you guys have a contract that your renters sign specifying that they're going to stay within the occupancy limits and follow the bylaws set by the town council?
Yeah, we do. So this is through Airbnb, right? So Airbnb, we have a setting that on our property that the max is 8 people. Yes, and also we also attach bylaws as well, like noise, no campfire in daytime, things like that. Yeah, I do have that. Yes.
So if a violation of your contract occurs, whether it be a burning bylaw, occupancy bylaw, etc., what is the repercussions for that for the renter from your perspective?
Yes, from a perspective, I could file a Airbnb host protection insurance, and through that I can actually try to get any damages that I got. Like, for example, right, if I get a penalty, right, like $500 penalty, I could use the Airbnb system to try to charge the guest afterwards. Yes.
So just to follow up. So in reality, you have no idea who's renting your property because it goes through a super host or an Airbnb host who actually manages your property or rents it out, and you just collect the funds afterwards?
No. In Airbnb system, they do tell you who rent it, but then Airbnb, right, it acts as a middleman, right, to handle any arguments, right, between the host and the guest. So when I want to charge my renter, right, it's best to go through the Airbnb system, because they are, like, as I said, right, it's the middleman, right? They can help me get the charges that I want to get. If I just talk to the renter, right, through a phone, right? Maybe they are not going to even answer me, right? But with Airbnb, they have a system that allows us, the host, and renter to be treated fairly through a system.
Councillor Schumacher?
So I guess follow up to that, as you said, so our town bylaws, you decide what ones get attached, or does Airbnb do the research for the area and they post?
No, I choose what I attach. I mean, Airbnb, it has no vision into any bylaws in your city. It's up to the host to put the bylaws in, like the house rules, for example. Like every host on Airbnb needs to do that. Otherwise, the guests wouldn't know anything at all.
I have a question, Mr. Yang.
Yeah.
Are you currently renting the property?
Yes, as a long-term rental. Yes, I am.
And it's long-term. That's excellent. All right. Are there any other questions of committee? All right, then we are going to go into closed session to debate, and then we will come back
Okay.
with what we've decided. So a motion moved by Councillor Schumacher, seconded by Councillor Armour. Be it resolved that the next portion of the meeting be closed to the public, commencing now at 5:16 p.m. for the purpose of considering the following matter pertaining to the following section under the Municipal Act 2001, Section 239(2)(g), a matter in respect of which committee may hold a closed meeting under another act, short-term rental 2022-018, regarding 261 Otter Lake Road, Yang. So committee members, leave this meeting and go into closed session, and anyone watching, we will be back hopefully shortly.
Cow.
All right, before we move on, I read the motion to go into closed session, but I didn't ask for committee's approval. So all in favor, I need to go through this process. All in favor in going into closed originally from previously, thank you very much. So now we're back from closed session. And if I can ask Crystal to put the motion up so that I can read that. Thank you very much. Moved by Councillor Armour, seconded by Councillor Schumacher. Be it resolved that the committee upholds staff's decision to revoke license number 2022-018 for 261 Otter Lake Road with reasons to follow within 15 days. If you can take that down for me, Crystal. All in favor? And that's carried. And with that, we have no other business. So moved by Councillor Schumacher, seconded by Councillor Armour. Be it resolved that we do now adjourn at 5:43 p.m. All in favor? And that's carried. Thank you, everyone.